Alright, fellas and ladies. Look, I don't care where you stand when you look at Destiny 2. This is this is the biggest TWAB or dev insight or whatever you want to call it Destiny has ever gotten. If you don't want to be spoiled, just read it right now and then come back to the video. If you want to hear my thoughts on it. If you don't want to hear my thoughts, cool. We're just going to go over the important stuff. Although they do say some pretty interesting things in the... It's not a TWAB. I'm just going to call it a TWAB, even though it's not a TWAB. It's a Destiny 2021, like, update, I guess, state of the game. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to skip to the good parts. So... a lot of good things in this. There is nothing bad. And I thought there was like 2 things that are bad, but they're really not because I completely overlooked something about them. So let's start with this paragraph, or this... It's not a paragraph. It's a godsend for a lot of people, actually. Rewards that matter. With Season 11, we introduced Infusion Caps, an iteration of Infusion designed to keep Destiny's gear game fresh from release to release, and to create a healthy ecosystem for our aspirational content. While we still believe in these goals, it's clear our execution was off the mark. And a lot of people will probably agree with that. Let's just skip to this part. We've made the decision that any weapon or armor that can currently be infused to max power will continue to be able to reach max power permanently. Starting in Season 14, we won't be capping the infusion on any weapons or armor that have not already reached the cap as of the start of Season 13. This means you'll be able to take your trusty, your falling guillotine, and your high stat armor that you've earned this year to take on the raid in the Witch Queen. Thank you. Not the fix that I was expecting. Let's take a look at my stuff here. I don't have it on, but there's some other stuff. I just keep this because I don't have anything else that I like here for shotgun. So there's nothing that replaces my Emperor's Courtesy. Even if something could replace it, this is literally an awful role. Handling Masterwork, Smoothboard, freaking Field Prep, awful role. I like Field Prep, actually. It's not bad. I don't know how these two work, and I think this is technically better. But whatever, I don't know. So I just kind of use this because it looks like the Matador. Obviously without the thing it doesn't look like Matador, but with it, it kind of does. Could maybe use that one. That one looks a little bit more cool, I guess. But yeah, it's just a really cool skin for the weapon. And I like having Field Prep and Opening Shot with at least a little bit of range. Backup mag makes this incredible for PvE because it has 7 shots and you can reload incredibly fast. It's a really good weapon, and I don't have anything to replace it with because, well, the only other shotgun that's in this slot that's lightweight is what, Xenoclast, I think, and the 7th Seraphim. I don't know. Xenoclast is really annoying to get because of how annoying. I just don't like strikes. So I'd say this is a really good fix. I can still get a forward path. I can still get a Time Worn Spire. I am set. Very good change. Power play. This one's slightly less impactful, but it's still incredible. Now that we've talked about rewards, let's talk about power. Last year we started to pair. Let's just skip to the. Where is this? Nope, this part. To combat this, we will be experimenting with a new power level cap. Starting in Season 14, we will only be raising the power cap by 10 power for each non-expansion season. So next season, it'll only be 10 more power. But in Witch Queen, I think it'll be more. It'll be like 50, 100, 200. I don't know, something like that. Really big stuff. Great. This part. Let's actually skip this for a second because we're going to come back to that. That's the best part of the thing. So they talk about Vault of Glass will return. The team will have a lot more to say about it before launch, but there will be a few. Vault of Glass will also launch with both contest mode. All right, so here's the part. Vault of Glass will also launch with both a contest mode in the first 24 hours and a world first race. Since the they basically just say they're gonna have challenges. I know this is the most charted thing ever. Let me see if I can find it. But also a curated list of challenging triumphs. So really cool there. In season 14, Ada 1 is returning to the tower, and with her comes the ability to basically use Transmog, so you can turn, let's say, this blue into a universal armor ornament. And by the picture that was shown, you can do this to any rarity other than exotic, I'm guessing. So you can do this to white armor if you want, which is really weird. So Transmog crossplay. This is the best part for a lot of people. Actually, no, it's not, but it's still really good. Basically, what they say is, here's the part. And don't worry, we won't be matching console and PC players together in the Crucible unless PC players specifically invite their console friends to play with them in the PC Crucible pools. Thank you. I don't want to play with cheaters or keyboard mouse players. Thank you. iCore array, stuff like that. Okay, here's another thing that I kind of didn't think about. I saw it, I was just kind of like, oh, cool. In Season 15, we will introduce our first round of legendary stasis and energy and power weapons. Which, I don't know, I mean, we already have the grenade launcher, the whatever that's called. There will be a lot more info here as we get closer to the fall. Talk about some gilded title system stuff. Now, the good part. Angels of Death. Like many of you, I'm passionate about PvP, blah, 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 blah. First, in Season 15, we will be addressing the 3 peaking issue in Trials and Competitive. So, Comp. So, let's look at this really quick. So, in Control, and I'm guessing Iron Banner, Clash, everything, you will be able to use emotes and stuff like that. But in Trials of Osiris and Comp, you will not be able to use emotes or pull out a sword or anything like that without having ammo for the sword. Really, really good. Crazy change. It's great. Then they talk about stasis tuning. So for the behemoth, decrease super damage reduction. Great, love it. Increase super energy cost when performing light attacks. Great, love it. Remove freeze AoE on supercast. Love it. Reduce traveling efficacy of Shiver Strike when slowed. So hold on, I don't know if I'm. So they say increase super energy cost when performing light attacks. So I don't use stasis that much. Is So light attack is the Shiver Strike, I think. So Shiver Strike. So increased super energy cost and reduced speed when slowed. Or sorry, reduced efficacy when slowed. Of Shiver Strike. Wait. Wow. Okay. So that's interesting. Decreased for Revenant, we have decreased Withering Blade damage and tracking. Amazing. Decreased slow attacks. Slow stacked applied to targets. Great. Removes Shatter Dive damage reduction. I don't know why it was there in the first place, but Shadebinder fixed bug where the Ice Flare bolts wouldn't track towards targets immediately on creation. Oh, they're fixing bugs for Stasis. That's and decreased crystal shatter damage. So, finally, we want to continue to adjust weapon archetype performance and introduce new perks that shift the meta in the Crucible. So, they just talk about a bunch of other stuff. Cheaters. Trials getting a little bit of a change. So yeah. So what this means essentially is no more 3-peaking. No more infusion caps. So stuff like Fellwinners is going to be around forever. I don't know. I don't agree with Fellwinners staying. But whatever. Stasis tuning. Great. A bunch of other stuff. They talk about DDoS protection for consoles. Incredible. They talk about stasis weapons. So like a stasis waveframe grenade launcher would be awesome. I'd love to see that. They talk about just transmog. Yeah, they talk about everything. Amazing swab right there. If that doesn't save Destiny, I don't know what can. I mean, it's not really in a... I don't want to say it's not in a bad place, but it's not in a place where I just don't have fun playing the game. I got basically a perfectly rolled multi-Mac CCX. Decent sight, accurized, dynamic sway, iron grip, and a stability master. This thing will not move. Just didn't look. Just this thing. Yeah, this thing looks ugly. Honestly, that's pretty ugly. Shaders don't even really work on it. It's actually kind of cool. Spending a lot of time looking at shaders. This is what I usually do. Honestly, I just kind of sit here and triangle spam. But yeah, my thoughts on the TWAB thing is great. I love the fact that my armor isn't going to be crap. However, I had some armor from seasons past that I feel like should... I don't think armor should be sunset at all. I think I'm much more excited about this change than I would be if they just said, "Hey, we're gonna keep going with sunsetting and just not sunset armored," because armor wasn't really the problem for me. It's weapons. I can deal with like garbage stat roll armored, but weapons. You know how long it took for me to get a somewhat like all right roll and this isn't even good. I still am hunting for a role right now, actually. And this is probably my best role for Time War Inspired. It's not really great, but I think I actually made of a slightly better one. This has Red Dot 2 MOA, and yeah, I can't take it off. So, by the way, gotta love these rolls. They give you iron grip, they give you steady rounds, and they give you stability masterworks. Look at that stability. Guarantee if you threw like a stability increasing sight or something and you max this out, this thing would not move. Or pair it with dynamic sway, that would be nuts. Anyway, so yeah, that's the TWAB thing. I don't know, it's not called a TWAB, but I just thought that it was incredible. If they decide to change, I think one of my bigger problems with the game is not the loot that I'm getting. I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love what else was from this season. I love a bunch of the other stuff that I've been getting this season. Crazy good stuff. Loving all of it. However, the ways of getting them are quite annoying. Iron Banner is one of the bigger problems for me, because simply put, you are spending a very large amount of time grinding out Iron Banner for tokens, when in reality you're probably not going to get what you want. Now you could get first engram, you get God Roll Forward Path. Second, you get a God Roll Fool's Remedy. Third, you get a God Roll, Bite of the Fox, whatever. That doesn't really happen though. So I'd like to see it maybe get changed to where it gives you specific things. So you can kind of boil down your loot to certain things. So, for instance, maybe like when you open an engram, it's kind of like Umbrella engrams. You can either, what would be awesome is if you could choose like, hey, I want the Forward Path, or hey, I want, the Time War Inspire, or hey, I want the Fool's Remedy. Or hey, I'm going to open this package, which could either give me a Time War Inspire or Fool's Remedy. Or hey, I want to open this package, which could either get me the Steady Hand or Fool's Remedy. Something to narrow my loot, because God, is it annoying. Like, every Iron Banner, for the most part, I do my bounties on all 3 characters, plus a bunch of other games, and I cannot get myself a decent Forward Path. Or, for the most part, like, anything. I barely even know, I don't even know how I got this, honestly. This was just a lucky roll. But I get that, but I can't get, anything else at all. So that's my thoughts on the TWAB thing. This just kind of solidifies the fact that Minecraft is probably gonna, at least on consoles, pretty much just die, because there's really no way to save it, because it's Bedrock Edition. If they, you know what? I'm gonna say this. They need to just release Minecraft PS5 Edition. Because if not, console's basically going to be kind of dead for Minecraft, because Bedrock is horrendous. And yeah, so I'd be fine with playing console. It just doesn't have command blocks, so I can't. As a map maker, my limits are set, very, very low, so I can't really do too much with what I got there. So overall thoughts, I love all of it. My only concerns is maybe what would be really cool is to see all the raid gear get unsunset. Old raid gear from Last Wish and stuff unsunset. I don't even know if they, I don't know, they may have already gotten unsunset. Emperor's Courtesy, Gowran's Right Hand, the Black Armory stuff, Leviathan stuff maybe, I don't know. Stuff like that, just the stuff that you can't really, like, I worked really hard to get some of the stuff that, like this, obviously this isn't getting sunset, but like this took quite the roll to get. I mean, this is basically perk for perk. Perfect. This is nice because it just gives a flat buff to like everything. This, I'm not sad about getting this actually, because if I don't proc rapid hit, then I still have a nice nice reload for kill clip. So the fact that I got this is borderline nuts. Only difference that could have been had here was really, I mean, maybe the barrel, but maybe like small bore. But even then, maybe, I don't know, maybe just polygonal, or I don't know. I mean, really, this is actually kind of perk for perk perfect, honestly. So if maybe this was from the Black Armory from Scourge, and it just goes away, that'd be really sad. I'd be really sad at that. So I'd like to maybe get some of those unsunset. I guess it's asking for a bit too much, because at that point, then we're just gonna start unsunsetting everything, which I don't want. I think right now is a good place, but you know. So yeah, that's my opinion on the State of Destiny 2021. And the thing is, I was really just like getting into different games. Like Bungie loves to just save their game, you know. I was gonna start just like playing a crap ton of like Borderlands 3, and I even downloaded like Genshin Impact, because apparently people were saying it's like Destiny. It's not really like Destiny at all. So yeah, Minecraft just needs to save itself now for consoles, because apparently there's a combat system that is on Java that sucks, and apparently that's coming to Bedrock, so everyone's gonna have to deal with it, which doesn't really matter anyway, because Bedrock's already horrible, so why not make it worse just to make the meme even bigger? So yeah, I cannot wait to watch like Cammy Cakes' video, because Cammy always has the best opinion when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to grind out some Iron Banner to try to get a better forward path, or even Tower Spire, because I kind of, the roles on this thing are really interesting. Really enjoying this too. The rapid fire frame archetype is great. I love this. Didn't really use it too much back in the day, but I did use this and the forward path quite a bit. So now I just gotta get the Claws of the Wolf, because that thing was nuts as well. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and I'll see you later.